Major General Bikram Dev Dogra, ABSM, was commissioned in 1981. Having topped his batch, he was the recipient of the Sword of Honor and the Gold Medal from the Indian Military Academy. A typical soldier at heart, he served in Jammu and Kashmir as well as in UN missions in Angola, Africa. He commanded the Pune Horse, an armored brigade, and an infantry division part of a strike corps. He was awarded the Ati Vishisht Seva Medal by the President of India. General Dogra is also a TEDx and a motivational speaker. He has completed the Ironman triathlon twice, Ironman Austria and Ironman Germany, to become the first serving Indian Army officer and the only general in the world to complete the Ironman event. He was also awarded honorary doctorate to recognize his contribution towards humanity. He is the brand ambassador and the star icon of the Kho Federation of India. Sir, we are highly privileged to have you in this session with us today, and it is indeed a great privilege and honor for our academy. And before I hand it over to Sir, I would just like to mention that this session is organized by Sure Shot Club, which is a venture started by SSB Sure Shot to reach out to more defense aspirants who may not be able to afford full-fledged training courses. We are sure that today's session and the candidates who are attending today's session will learn a lot from General Dogra and will become even more motivated to turn their dreams into reality. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Romil. It's really nice to meet you. And I must tell everybody out here that Romil's father and I are batchmates from the academy. And I have known his father for over 41 years now. And he's a very, very fine gentleman. And you guys are lucky to be trained in the academy that he heads. And because he's there, I'm confident that most of you are going to have an easy time getting through a very difficult SSB, which a lot of people fear to get into. So I'm going to today speak to you about a subject which is very close to my heart. And that's about dreams. How each one of us must have a dream. I will talk about what are dreams. I'm sure you all have dreams because you are at that stage in life when the world is at your feet. And what you dream will become reality if you put in the hard work, the effort, and are focused, consistent, and challenge yourself to head towards whatever you're dreaming.
Download the SSB Sure Shot app from Google Play Store to access courses for written exams like NDA, CDS, and FCAT. You can also find courses for SSB Personality Development and Spoken English. Apply the coupon code SIGNUP15 to get 15% off on your first purchase. Call us on 725-930-7111 for any queries.
So I want to start by narrating an incident to you all. An incident which happened in a talk, something akin to what we are doing out here. And the person who was taking the talk, he asked the audience, which is the richest land in the world? And he got varied replies, with somebody saying that Africa is the richest land because there are diamond mines out there. Somebody else said that it's Saudi Arabia or the Gulf countries because all the oil is out there. But he disagreed with all of them. And he told them that the richest land on earth is the cemetery. Yes, the graveyard. Because in the graveyard lie thousands and thousands of people who had dreams, who had vision, who had hopes, who had ideas, but they did not put their ideas and their dreams and their hopes into reality. And they died with them, within them. And therefore, all those are lying buried in the graveyard. So when this speech was heard by a gentleman called Henry Todd, he wrote a book called Die Empty. And what he writes in the book, Die Empty, or the meaning of the gist of his book is that each one of us have got dreams within us. we've got vision, we've got ideas, we got hope, but we must share it with people. We must execute it. If you have knowledge, share it. If you have a dream, chase it. Don't die with your dreams and let them be buried with you. Having said that, I'm going to talk about the power of perseverance and how you can chase your dreams. But before I tell you that, I'm going to talk to you about what is a dream. So, in the words of our erstwhile President Abdul Kalam, a dream is not what you see when you sleep. A dream is something that doesn't let you sleep. And what is it that you need to know if you're going to follow your dream? And in my opinion, it's only two things. You need to know only two things. Firstly, what is my dream? You must know what is my dream. And the second thing you must know is that you must have the self-confidence that your dream will come true. And now I will talk to you about the 5 simple steps that you can take to make your dream come true. And the first step that you need to take is, once you know what your dream is, make a clear mental picture of your dream and note it down in a diary. If you have somebody whom you want to be like, somebody who's your idol, take their photograph and also paste it in the same diary. And every morning when you wake up, I want you to look at your dream and at the photograph of the person whom you idolize. Thereafter, I want you to divide your dream into smaller goals. See, a dream is not something that can happen overnight. Otherwise, it won't be a dream. So obviously, there is a clear journey that you have to cover before you reach your dream. And this journey could be a year, it could be 5 years, it could be 20 years, it could be a full lifetime. So since these are long durations, I want you to divide the long duration into smaller goals. And to each goal, you have to give a timeline. Divide your big dream into goals and give a timeline to it. And I'll talk more about it as we go along, how to make the goals and how to give it timelines. Having done this, I want you to exert positive pressure. Positive pressure on yourself. And what is positive pressure? Positive pressure is when, say for example, you have a group of friends and all your friends are very like-minded. They are all chasing a dream. They are focused. They are consistent. And they are all working hard for the dream. So the pressure which is generated by being part of that group is positive pressure, because that pressure is going to propel you also to chase your dream. Because they are chasing a dream, you'll also want to chase a dream. So it is positive pressure. It's giving you some positivity in life. Now, having done that, in this long journey to chase your dream, which you will divide into smaller goals, you will be required to do things which are difficult. Things that you are not used to doing. Things that require you to get out of your comfort zone and to make an effort. And you will find that difficult. So when you are challenged to do different difficult things, I want you to try out this 21-day rule. And the 21-day rule says that if you do an activity for 21 days consecutively, it becomes a habit. So the 21-day rule is very, very efficient for people who have to do things which they are not happy doing, which they find difficult in doing. So try the 21-day rule. And the last point, but not the least, and I feel it's the most important point, is that you must be prepared to fail. In your journey to realize your dream, one of the chances is that you might fail. All dreams don't come true. So if you are going to chase a dream, you must be conscious of this fact that failure is an option. Because if you are not prepared to fail, then you may be so disappointed by your failure that you will just give up on your dream. So I don't want you to be like that. When you are prepared to fail, then what happens is that you just step back. You take 2 steps back when you fail and you introspect. You start thinking Where did I go wrong? Where did I not put in enough effort? How can I do it differently? How should I put more effort and where should I put it? So you make a new plan. Your goal remains the same, your dream remains the same, but you make a new plan and you then go for your dream once again. So I want you to do that and not quit your dream. And in this entire journey of chasing your dream, I want you to remain positive. I want you to thank the God for everything He's given you. Because that prayer that you say to God for all that He has given you will create a positivity within you, which will help you to move forward and closer to your dream. I'm going to share my dream with you. I also had a dream. And my dream was to do the Ironman when I was 58 years of age. And for those of you who don't know or may not know what the Ironman is, I'm going to explain. It's a triathlon. That means it is made up of 3 different events. And it's the most grueling one-day endurance event in the world. In this event, you have to first swim 3.86 kilometers, which is either in the sea or in a lake. It's not a swimming pool swim. Thereafter, you have to cycle 180 kilometers. And in this 180 kilometers of cycling, you gain an altitude of at least 5,000 to 6,000 feet. So that's like going from, say, Delhi to Mussoorie in height, or Delhi to Shimla. That's the kind of elevation you gain in this 180 kilometers. Next, you have to run a 42.2 kilometer full marathon. And you have to do all these 3 events, one after the other, in a single day within 17 hours. And that's what the Ironman is. Now, when I decided to do the Ironman, everybody whom I shared my dream with, they laughed at me. They discouraged me. 99% of the people discouraged me. And they said, you are too old to do the Ironman. You will die with a heart attack if you do the Ironman. This is not your age to do the Ironman. And why I'm sharing this with you is because when you share your dream, whatever your dream is, with people around you, a majority of them will discourage you. They will discourage you to follow your dream for no other reason except that it's not their dream. So this is normal human tendency to discourage people. I want you to focus on the line which comes now after Ironman. On anything is possible. So why I showed you this is that you must, whenever you have your dream, and however big your dream may be, and people discourage you, you must believe in what I'm saying. Anything is possible. Now, I'll share with you the challenges that I faced. And you will also face the same or similar challenges. And the first challenge that I faced was the mental challenge, where since everybody around me was saying, you can't do the Ironman, you're too old, don't do it, I started having a problem in my self-confidence that can I do it? And that is the challenge you will always face. Whenever you have a dream that you want to chase, you will have to first convince yourself that you can do it. And that is what is self-confidence. Having done that comes the next challenge where you will need to start working to train, whether it is a UPSC examination, whether it is some other examination, whether it is a job that you're chasing, or whatever is your dream. And in my case, my second challenge was the physical challenge. I had to train for all these 3 events. The third challenge, which everybody faces in life, is time management. And I was working. I had a job which kept me away for 10 hours of the day, morning 9 o'clock to evening 5:30. And if you were to add travel to and fro from work, 10 hours of the day is gone, leaving me with only 14 hours. And in those 14 hours, I needed to sleep at least 8 hours. 8 hours gone, 6 hours left. And in that 6 hours, you have to eat and do everything else that you do and train. Also the sun. I'm based in Delhi. The sun in Delhi in the months of summer, April, May, and June, the 3 months which are preceding my event, the temperatures touch 43, 44 degrees. So the sun, the pollution, the traffic on the roads is so intense you can't cycle, and the equipment that we have to use is not made in India. So you either pick up whatever is available or you import it from abroad. So these were small challenges that I faced, but nevertheless, you have to work around these challenges. And the last but not the least are the two other challenges of social life and family life. You will need to make sacrifices. It's all about how much of sacrifice you make. Hard work is there, but so is sacrifice. And you will need to sacrifice on your social life and on your family life. In my case, I had to do both. I never socialized for the 18 months that I trained. And from quantity time of family life, it became quality time. So you have to spend only less time because everything else goes towards your training. And this is the kind of challenges that you will also face. So make a plan, use those 5 points I told you, divide it into smaller goals, give it timelines, be consistent, be persistent, be committed, focus, and you will realize your dream. So with that, I've come to the end of my talk. If there are any questions, I'll take them on. Should you have questions which come to your mind later or questions which we can't take on now, I have shared my Instagram handle down here. You can inbox me and I'll try and answer them.
Sir, how to start your new day every day? Sir, how to start?
With a smile, positivity, with hope, with focus. So, मैं क्यों बोलता हूं कि आपको ड्रीम करना चाहिए? आपको ड्रीम क्यों करना चाहिए? क्योंकि आपकी लाइफ में कोई मकसद आ जाता है कि मैं कल सुबह उठूंगा तो मैंने वो गोल फॉलो करना है, मैंने इतनी चाहे पढ़ाई करनी है या मैं चलो मैराथन करनी है या जो भी आपने ड्रीम बनाई है ना, उसके अपने हिस्से बनाए हैं, तो अगले दिन जब सुबह उठते हो तो आपके माइंड में एक फोकस है, एक दिशा है, एक डायरेक्शन है, कहां आपने जाना है. दैट इज व्हाई यू मस्ट हैव अ ड्रीम.
नॉलेज को हम इंटरेस्ट में कैसे बदल सकते हैं?
क्या चीज? से दैट अगेन, नॉलेज वाला क्वेश्चन.
कोई भी मतलब एग्जाम देने के लिए नॉलेज बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है और वो हम एक टाइम में पढ़ाई करते हैं, 2 टाइम में पढ़ाई करते हैं, बट उसको इंटरेस्ट बनाने के लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं?
से आप जो क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो, आप नॉलेज बढ़ा रहे हो, एंड अगर जो टॉपिक की नॉलेज बढ़ा रहे हो उसमें आपको इंटरेस्ट है या दिलचस्पी है तो ऑटोमेटिकली आपकी नॉलेज इंक्रीज होती रहेगी. मगर अगर आप मान लो कोई जबरदस्ती टॉपिक पढ़ रहे हो जिसमें आपको कोई इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है, तो उसमें आपने अगर इंटरेस्ट बढ़ाना है तो मैं समझता हूं ये आसान काम नहीं है, क्योंकि हमने सबने स्कूल किया है और उसमें कुछ सब्जेक्ट होते थे जिसमें हमको बहुत अच्छे इंटरेस्ट आता था और कुछ सब्जेक्ट ऐसे होते थे जिसमें हमको बिल्कुल इंटरेस्ट नहीं आता था, हालांकि हमें मालूम है कि वो सब्जेक्ट में हमको परफॉर्म करना है. सो मैं समझता हूं अगर ऐसी चीज में आपको इंटरेस्ट बनाना है तब आपको उसमें ज्यादा मेहनत और पढ़ाई करनी चाहिए, और जैसे जैसे आप उसमें बेटर होगे आपको इंटरेस्ट आना शुरू होगा. आपको इंटरेस्ट इसलिए नहीं आता क्योंकि आपकी परफॉर्मेंस उसमें खराब रहती है, तो आप उसको फिर दूर ही रखते हो. सो आई थिंक दैट इज वन टेक्निक दैट यू कैन ट्राई.
सर, मैं घुसपैठियों को रोकना चाहती हूँ, ठीक है सर? सर, मुझे ये समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कि मैं ग्रुप ज्ञान फोर्स ज्वाइन करूँ या राष्ट्रीय राइफल ज्वाइन करूँ.
आप पहले फौज ज्वाइन करो. जब आप अकेडमी में घुसते हो, राष्ट्रीय राइफल को तो कोई डायरेक्टली ज्वाइन नहीं कर सकता, क्योंकि राष्ट्रीय राइफल में जितने लोग होते हैं वो नॉर्मल जो बाकी आर्मी है उसी से जाते हैं डेपुटेशन के लिए 3 साल के लिए, फिर वापस आ जाते हैं. तो राष्ट्रीय राइफल में आप डायरेक्टली नहीं ज्वाइन कर सकते. आपको अगर घुसपैठियां रोकने हैं तो आप इन्फेंट्री ज्वाइन करो, और उससे आपको सबसे ज्यादा मौका मिलेगा एज इन्फेंट्री ऑल्सो और एज राष्ट्रीय राइफल ऑल्सो घुसपैठियों को रोकने के लिए.
सर, इसके लिए हम छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स कैसे ले सकते हैं? जैसे आस्क टू फिनिश टेररिज्म ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड, हाउ कैन आई टेक स्मॉल स्टेप्स एवरी डे?
First thing you have to do is, if you are now, when you are saying finish terrorism, are you looking at becoming a soldier or you're looking at becoming a politician? Because terrorism is not a military problem. Terrorism is a political problem. The reason why people become terrorists is because there is something that they are not happy with in the political environment of the country. Whichever country, I'm not talking about our country. There is terrorism in the whole world, everywhere. Like Taliban.
Yes,
why have they become terrorists? It's a political movement. It's a movement for power. It's a movement for jihad, for religion. So some kind of movement is there. which you cannot finish off as a soldier. No soldier in the world can say, I will kill all terrorists. It can't happen. You kill one, 20 more will be born. So the solution to terrorism is always political. And if you want to eradicate terrorism, then make politics your profession and look at politics at a world level. Not छोटा मोटा कि ये पार्टी ज्वाइन कर ली, वो पार्टी ज्वाइन कर ली, उससे टेररिज्म नहीं जाएगा.
तो डिफेंस में क्या करूं सर? डिफेंस के लिए मैं ऐसा क्या स्टेप्स लूं फिर इससे मतलब सबसे बेस्ट बेनिफिट हो?
डिफेंस ज्वाइन करने के लिए क्या क्या करना पड़ता है? पहले तो एक रिटन एग्जाम देना पड़ेगा आपको, उसके बाद एक एसएसबी होगी, आपको मेडिकली भी क्वालिफाई होना पड़ेगा. सो मैं एडवाइस यही दूंगा सबको कि पहले आप अपना मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन कराओ जाके कि आप डिफेंस ज्वाइन करने के लिए फिट भी हो या नहीं. सारी तैयारी कर लोगे और वहां बताया जाएगा भी आप अनफिट मेडिकली. सो मेडिकल एग्जामिनेशन कराओ. उसके बाद आप देखो सिलेबस क्या है, क्योंकि जो भी एग्जाम देना है आपने, यूपीएससी का एग्जाम होता है, जिस भी लेवल पे आप दे रहे हो उसका एक सिलेबस होता है, उसको पढ़ो और जहां पे कमी है उसकी तैयारी करो और रिटन एग्जाम दो.
सर
एक बार वो क्लियर होता है फिर आपको एसएसबी कैसे देनी है वो कोचिंग आपको मिलेगी उस समय. अभी तो बहुत जल्दी है. आप मेरे से अगर तरीके पूछ रहे हो तो इस प्रकार से आपने
सर विजन क्या रखूं मैं सर डिफेंस के लिए? बस ये आप बता दीजिए थोड़ा.
विजन ये है कि मैंने को एकेडमी ज्वाइन करनी है. पहला गोल आपका क्या है? एकेडमी ज्वाइन करना. एकेडमी ज्वाइन कर ली, उसके बाद नेक्स्ट गोल होगा मैंने कौन सी ज्वाइन करनी, इन्फेंट्री या आर्मर्ड, ये वो एंड ऑल, वो ज्वाइन कर ली. फिर नेक्स्ट गोल. ऐसे गोल बाद में बनते आएंगे. आपका जो बड़ा ड्रीम है वो कुछ हो सकता है, मगर ये गोल होंगे आपके बीच में. तो सबसे पहला गोल है आप अपनी क्लियर करो रिटन एग्जामिनेशन, फिर आगे.
तो सबसे बड़ा वाला ड्रीम में क्या रखूं सर?
वो तो आपको सोचना है. आप प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया भी बन सकते हो. नहीं, ये हंस रहे हैं जितना, यही अच्छी बात है. That is how I told you your dreams should be so big that people laugh at you.
Yes sir.
ठीक है ना? So don't feel worried अगर आपके ऊपर लोग हंसेंगे कि मैं प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया बनूंगा, तो क्यों नहीं बन सकते आप प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया?
सर क्या हुआ कि सर एक बार क्या हुआ, एनडीए का रिजल्ट आया सर, उसमें क्या हुआ कि सर मेरा सिलेक्शन नहीं हुआ, मेरे साथ पढ़ने वाले मेरे दोस्तों का हो गया. तो मैं सर इस बात को भुला नहीं पा रहा. मतलब पढ़ाई करते वक्त जब भी मैं ये बात सोच लेता कि मेरे दोस्तों का हो गया और मेरा नहीं हुआ, तो मैं डिमोटिवेट हो जाता अपने आप से सर.
ओके, मैं समझ गया हूं आपकी क्या प्रॉब्लम है, मगर आपसे एक क्वेश्चन और पूछूंगा कि वो आपका एनडीए का लास्ट चांस था या कुछ और चांस भी आपने लिए उसके बाद?
नहीं सर, आई हैव अ मोर चांस फॉर एनडीए.
So why you demotivated? You have got more chances. The reason why more than one chance is given for any academy or for any examination is because sometimes जब आप appear करते हो वो आपका बेस्ट परफॉर्मेंस डे नहीं होता. जैसे कब गेम भी खेलने जाते हो या आप किसी को मिलने भी जाते हो तो हर बार आपकी 100% परफॉर्मेंस निकल के नहीं आती है. इसीलिए आपको ज्यादा मौके दिए जाते हैं. फर्स्ट चांस, सेकंड चांस, थर्ड चांस. ये लक की बात नहीं है कि अभी शायद मैं निकल जाऊं. नहीं, अगर आप हार्डवर्क करोगे हो सकता है आपकी परफॉर्मेंस उस समय अच्छी नहीं थी. मगर ये कहने के बाद मैं आपको ये भी बताना चाहूंगा, मैं आपको दो एग्जांपल दूंगा. एक आपने सुना होगा, प्रेसिडेंट अब्दुल कलाम हमारे थे और एक एक्टर हैं हमारे अमिताभ बच्चन. दोनों को आप जानते हो बहुत अच्छी तरह, और दोनों एसएसबी में फेल हो गए. नहीं पास हुए वो, मगर आज देखो वो कहां पहुंचे. सो अगर आप एनडीए में नहीं घुस पाते हो अपनी चांसेस के बाद भी, तो आपको डिमोटिवेट नहीं होना है. आप कहीं और बहुत ही अच्छे उसमें जा सकते हो. सो इट इज नॉट दैट द एंड ऑल ऑफ एवरीथिंग इज टू बिकम एन ऑफिसर और अ कैडेट. देयर आर हंड्रेड्स ऑफ ऑप्शंस एंड व्हेन गॉड क्लोजेस वन डोर ही ओपन्स मेनी अदर्स. ओके, इसको आप याद रखो हमेशा. अपनी मेहनत करो और अगर नहीं होते इट डजंट मैटर. Go for something else. Yeah.
How to improve our communication systems? What
is communication? Communication is that whatever idea within me, I can communicate and pass on to you. If we are doing communication, and there are many kinds of communication, but when you go for SSB or when you want to be an officer, the more important aspects of communication are verbal and your body language. Okay, and all that is taught to you if you were to join any of these personality development courses or other courses, your communication doesn't have to be purely in good English. The medium of instruction or for communication is English when you go for these SSBs. But you can, the more important thing is that your idea within you is conveyed to the people who are at that time are interviewing you. And you should be confident. So there are courses, it's a full subject. तो अब इसके ऊपर बैठे हुए ना हम इसको डिस्कस ऐसे नहीं कर सकते, वो आपको जनरल बकूनी बता देंगे.
How can I remove my hesitation from my weakness? Like, if I'm talking about the person equal to me, like at the same level as comparison to me, so I'll be very confident to speak with them. But if I'm speaking with the person who is already on high level than me, like an officer, like my manager, I'm already working in a private organization. So I'm getting hesitation, a lot of hesitation, like just I'm getting.
Have you tried to analyze why do you feel hesitant? Why do you feel that you are lacking confidence when you speak to somebody who is older or senior to you? Have you tried to think about it?
Yeah, I tried to analyze that, and I feel like this person is on my high level. This person is unknown for me, so that's why.
No.
We always having a fear about the unknown person. We always have I always having a fear about the person at my high level, that there should be some respect, and what I don't know actually how I can talk with my higher authorities.
Okay, understood. So fear of unknown you are saying, but unknown can be at your level, unknown can be younger and junior to you, unknown can be older to you. So it's not unknown. Your fear is more to do because you want to show respect and you don't know how that respect has to be shown. So let me tell you that you don't have to show respect by being scared or saying hanji ji. No. वो respect नहीं होता. Respect is from the way you conduct yourself. जब आप अपनी बातचीत करोगे उनके साथ, so you should be confident, and that confidence will come if you know what you're saying. आपको अपना काम मालूम है. If you don't know your work, then automatically you start feeling a little, uncomfortable talking to that senior guy because you feel he knows more than you and he will find faults in you. He will be able to see through you that पूरा इस जानता नहीं अपना काम. So you can start by knowing your job well. I don't know how good or bad you are. I'm only giving you some options that could be there. You may be fantastic in your work, but if you are fantastic in your work, then you should tell yourself also that, listen, I'm good. Why the hell am I scared when I talk to this chap? Just because he is 5 years older or he's senior to me by 1 rank or something, why am I scared? I know my job and I'll be able to talk to him. तो अपने आप से आपने बात करनी है कि मैं डरना नहीं है, मेरे को अपना काम मालूम है. उससे थोड़ी आपको सेल्फ टॉक के साथ भी आपको थोड़ी कॉन्फिडेंस आएगी. दूसरा है आपको प्रैक्टिस करनी है. अपने शीशे में खड़े होकर बातचीत करो अपने आप से. आप देखो आप कैसे लगते हो. अगर आप सहमे से लगोगे तो आपको देखना है कि आपकी लुक कैसे होनी चाहिए. आप देखते हो ये जो एक्टर होते हैं मूवी में, ये घंटों घंटे शीशे के सामने प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, तभी जब वो सीन में आते हैं वो इतने कॉन्फिडेंट, इतने चेयरफुल, इतने सब कुछ लगते हैं जो वो लगना चाहते हैं. So the way you speak and talk also is a art which comes by practice. Everybody is not born perfect. So थोड़ा practice करो इसमें. And I will suggest you also maybe you could consult some of these confidence building classes who can also guide you. I am not an expert in this matter. I am only giving you what my experience is. So if you consult somebody more professional in it, maybe it will help.
Yeah, sir, there is one more question about the medical procedure in SSB. I recently tried to join the Indian Coast Guard. That was my final selection board at Noida, UP. And I was eliminated just because of flat foot. And before applying for this post, I also have a medical test from the civil hospital at Indore. But I was fit according to the civil doctor. But when I appeared in a medical examination at my FSB board, So I was getting eliminated just because of flat foot, which is not exactly flat, but something flat, some flat. It was not considered.
I've understood the question. So, there is a specific requirement of medical within the armed forces. Air Force has different requirement. Navy has got different. Army has got different. अगर आपने Navy join करनी है या whatever Army, Navy, Air Force you're looking at, please consult a doctor who knows what are the medical requirements for that service. आप normal civil doctor के पास जाके you will go and get yourself tested. He will give you a clinical examination. Your heart is good. Your your blood pressure is good. You're okay. You're able-bodied. But that is not the requirement of the forces. They look at knock-knee. They look at flat foot. They look at 100 other things. Even DNS, deviated nasal septum. All that comes into play. Eyesight. Army may certain amount of less eyesight may be acceptable. Not so in the Navy. Not so in the Air Force. So meet a doctor who is competent in the profession of what you are joining. So there will be people like that. They are difficult to find, but mostly they will be retired Army or Navy or Air Force doctors who run these kind of places. Go to them, get yourself tested from them. And then you can be reasonably sure that yes, you are okay for that profession.
It's a nice question, sir.
How to develop mental endurance? First thing, you can improve your mental endurance by meditation. Meditation is step one. Next is do new things in life, like travel. जब आप travel करते हो, तो आप नई जगह जाते हो, नए लोगों को मिलते हो, नई situations के आते हो, that enhances mental endurance. Look for adventure. Look for doing difficult things. Willingly. मतलब जान के मुश्किल काम करो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, सर्दी का दिन है, गर्म पानी से नहाने के बजाय पहले 2 मग्गे या शावर को 30 सेकंड्स के लिए ठंडे पानी का लगाओ, जानते हुए, और बोलो मैं लूंगा ये. उससे आपका मेंटल एंड्योरेंस बढ़ता है. फिर आप जब मुश्किल काम करते हो, मान लो कोई रनर है, सब लोग सुबह 4 बजे 5 बजे भागते हैं. दैट इज इजीएस्ट टाइम, इसीलिए भागते हैं. आप 12 बजे धूप में भागना शुरू करो. उससे आपका मेंटल एंड्योरेंस बढ़ेगा, क्योंकि आप मुश्किल काम कर रहे हो. तो आपकी विल पावर बढ़ेगी, और जैसे जैसे आप मुश्किल काम करने की आदत डालोगे, आपका मेंटल एंड्योरेंस बढ़ेगा. तो जब मुश्किल कोई चीज आपके सामने आती है सिचुएशन, तो आप उससे घबराओगे नहीं, आप उसको चैलेंज लेके कर दोगे. अभी हम क्या करते हैं, कोई मुश्किल काम आता है, हम प्रोक्रेस्टिनेट करते हैं, नहीं इसको बाद में कर लेंगे, उसको साइड में कर देते हैं, क्योंकि मुश्किल काम है. So procrastination is a defense mechanism of the mind. उसको नहीं करना, आपने पोस्टपोन नहीं करना है. जैसे ही काम आता है उसको करो. तो ये आदत डालनी पड़ेगी, और स्लोली आपको आदत पड़ जाएगी कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर निकलने की. जब आपको वो आदत पड़ेगी, आप समझ लो मेरा मेंटल एंड्योरेंस बेटर हो गया.
Sir, defense is my ultimate aim, but self-doubt haunts me. I fear that I have few attempts left. So will I end up with nothing, and then other career which I may have will also be ruined due to this?
So I want to tell you that there is a stage in life जिसके बाद आपको decision time आ जाता है. So that stage is not at the end of your chances for defense, that now you are too late for some other career also. That time you have to see, keeping in mind आपका next career का last opportunities कब है. So this is a fine line जो आपको देखनी है. मान लो, I don't know how old you are or what your situation is, so I'm taking hypothetical examples that you may be attempting for defense again and again and again, but now you are becoming too late for your next whatever alternate you could have. Therefore you have to stop short and take a decision. अभी फेल हो गए, अभी मेरे को एक और अटेम्प्ट यहां लेके उसको छोड़ना है, या मैं अपना रास्ता चेंज करूं. दिस इज अ वेरी फाइन डिसीजन जो केवल आप ले सकते हो.
आप रिटायर हो गए सर? आप
in the chat.
कौन है ये बार-बार पूछ रहा है मैं रिटायर हो गया? नहीं, तुम्हें रिटायर लग रहा हूं क्या?
शुभम कुमार.
रिटायर का मतलब क्या होता है?
सर हर्षित गुप्ता इज आस्किंग रिटायरमेंट.
हर्षित कौन है? हर्षित, what do you
Yes,
mean
sir.
by retired? What do you mean by retired? रिटायर वो होता है जिसके हिस्से पुर्जे सब गिर जाए, वो रिटायर हो जाता है।
Yes.
मैं केवल री अटायर हुआ हूं, मैंने अपने कपड़े बदले हैं, यूनिफॉर्म उतारी है और तो शॉर्ट पहन लिया अभी, ठीक है। तो रिटायर कभी कोई नहीं होता जब तक वो बिस्तर पे ना पड़ जाए।
Yes, sir. Thank you for motivating us.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you all. I had a great time. Interesting questions. Wish you all the best. Good luck.
Don't forget to subscribe to our new channel SSB Sure Shot Plus for exclusive new videos. Also follow us on Instagram for all the latest updates. Check out a Sure Shot guide to crack SSB on Amazon. The link is in the description below.